Hello everyone and welcome to some more rapid action on leeches. I just finished analyzing the game from the Tepe Sigmund tournament between Nodribek and Vincent Keimer, and while it is a very nice one, I will play a game before I record that video just to get my brain a bit more operational. So as usual, 10 minutes per player. We're gonna play a rapid game and try to give out the thought process behind the moves as well as best as I can. So hope you enjoy that. All right, so our opponent for this game is I'm guessing you noticed that every video I have to click to see who my opponent is. That is because I'm playing on Zen mode. It's a mode on leeches where you don't know how who you're playing or how much rated your opponent is. Sort of not to think about that. I found it, it's best not to see if you're actually, if you're playing against the 2600. If you see that, maybe you get discouraged, to go for some moves. But yeah, okay. E4, knight f3. That's what we usually do because those are the moves that potentially can lead up to the Evans gambit. So if my opponent is up for that, I'm very happy. If not, we're gonna see. So yeah, the usual moves are a knight f6, knight to c6, d6. So he goes for the Petrov, and there's only one line I play against the Petrov. Okay, so knight captures on e4. I don't think I've ever seen that, but he played it instantly. So yeah, obviously it can be played, although I don't think it can be played. No, this is yeah, I don't know what this is. What? Seriously, this can be played? Hmm. Yeah, most interesting. So what is he going to do about castling? That is I don't know. This is very I mean, I know that this shouldn't be possible to play with black, but no one ever plays it. So yeah, it kind of caught me by surprise, but yes, does he want to play f5 here? I mean, what is this? Maybe it's possible, yeah. f5, queen d3, f4 with a captures. Yeah, so on f5 I kind of have to capture. But okay, he's still gonna be down a pawn. I mean, I don't see the compensation for him. Queen b4, that's too adventurous. All right, we'll see. We'll see what he had in mind. And why I don't know how to punish this opening insolence. Okay, so he just captures, which is fine. He wants to develop with tempo. We've got nothing better, but still, yeah, knight c6 isn't much. Like knight c6, bishop c5, bishop d7. I can play queen d3. And still, okay, he castles queenside, I guess. But then I castle kingside, and I think I'm just much faster. I have no idea. Hmm. Yeah, he goes for the queen trade as he should. Hmm. Okay. We're gonna let him trade. Of course, he's not interested in the pawn. We're gonna pin this knight here. Okay, so do I keep the bishop pair or do I just trade? No, I'm guessing I just trade here because or he might castle as well. Yeah, he might castle as well. Okay, so it's yeah, we can't really win a pawn here. It's somewhat of a poison pawn. Yeah, so it's just an equal position, I would say. Yeah, just an equal position. Okay, so we'll see after the game how this is played. Mr. Kurd from Syria. Huh. All right. Well, we shouldn't be thinking about that. Now let's enjoy this completely equal position. Yeah, I don't think there's no advantage to be had for either side here. Our pawn structure is completely the same. All of the pieces completely the same. Both players with the bishop pair and the open D and D file for the rooks. This is as equal as it gets. Like could be as equal as the starting position. I would say. I would say the engine just says a big hard 0.00 for the like maybe 7 alternative lines or maybe even 10. But okay, we are here to play chess. We are not here to dwell too long on openings. All right, so yeah, that's a nice move. Obviously, he wants to discourage me from playing rook e1. But even if he captures, we can... Yeah, it might be a little bit tricky to trap his bishop. But again, not that tricky. So yeah, we'll just play rook e1. It's gonna go rook e8. Yeah, we'll do the same. Yeah, this is could be the most boring game I've ever played, and those are the most dangerous because who can take the boredom the longest? He shall be victorious. All right, so what's our plan here? Our plan is to make our moves, better than our opponents, and to not mess up our position. So that's while we make our opponent waste time, and he is wasting a bit more time than we are, so that makes us very happy. All right, so he has to decide whether to defend it or not. He doesn't have to defend it, much like I don't have to defend it. Because even if I capture and he traps it, I don't have bishop to d4. Okay, so he goes for... Okay, now it's starting to get interesting. Now we might... Yeah, we'll just bring bishop back to e2. Because now we are threatening to snatch a pawn. Since after this we have a nice check. So a nice checkmate. Yeah, that would be funny. Captures pawn here, checkmate. So okay, something is happening. He'll probably just play a6 and be done with it. And we'll have to look elsewhere to get some counterplay. Yeah, both players having a bishop pair, that's pretty intense. Yeah, but I still can't help but wonder why. What did I mess up in the opening? Like, no way black can play that. There's just no way. But obviously, no one knows how to play against it, as our good friend Hunerkurd played it instantly. Okay, so he's offering the pawn. Why? For this pawn? Doesn't make much sense. That does not make much sense. Since we're gonna attack it with rook h1, and then if you play something like h6 to be able to bring back the knight, then we just take the bishop, and then we take the knight. So I think this is a clean pawn, unless he has something else to say about it. Okay, he could capture with the bishop, but the bishop can be trapped, so that's why only the knight can capture, I think. Yeah, I think he actually missed that this was checkmate, so we'll see. But okay, a pawn is a pawn. We're one step closer to this not being the dullest position ever played. Yeah, I don't think. Of course, there are always moves that make the position tricky, like bishop to c6. It's just, you know, okay, I'm down a pawn, let's continue the game. I'm pressuring g2, I'm pressuring h2. I'm also, with bishop to c6, maybe stopping any checkmating ideas, because if you give a check, then the bishop blocks with bishop to b7. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's kind of the plan. Other moves for him might be... It's hard to say. He's obviously calculating something. Yeah, but okay, it's not a very complicated position, so it doesn't really matter that he's down to 2 minutes, but I don't see a reasonable move other than bishop to c6. But even with bishop to c6, like maybe we can play something like f3, or maybe he wants to give this check for some reason. I don't see what reason that would be. Maybe to position, like maybe the bishop's like this, bishop check and bishop f5 to slice over this way. But I mean, it just doesn't look like much. Or maybe he blundered a pawn and just left. Also a possibility. No, he was calculating knight captures on h2, but we already said that this cannot be played. Yeah. What was the plan now? If he goes back, I just take on h7, and if he plays h6, we just take the bishop. Or okay, rook captures on e2. Stop checkmate. That's a nice idea. Rook captures on e2, knight captures, and then trap my bishop. Ah, okay. So maybe something along those lines, but yeah, I mean, down to 50 seconds, that's... Yeah, I'm still very much interested in that starting position, so we'll see. Okay, so bishop f4 stops rook captures here. Very nice. And now he moves the knight back. Oh no, now he plays... Yeah, now he moves the knight back, but still that runs into rook captures on d7. Yeah. And he doesn't have this because I take with check. So he has to capture, and then I capture the knight. Yeah, I mean, he resigns here. Yeah, this was pretty clean, you know, from having absolutely nothing out of the opening. But yeah, these Petrov lines where you're able to take on a7, and it looks like maybe your bishop will be trapped, maybe it will not be. I played a classical game not so long ago in my chess club championship where I had a similar idea. And my opponent actually trapped my bishop, but he couldn't really take it. It took him some 30 moves, and then it still survived for very good reasons. But yeah, let's see what okay, it was a 20 move game, so not really spectacular, but yeah, let's see what our good friend the engine has to say about this. Okay, so it's not really a mistake. It's more of a line that it's not played very often. Let me just check real quickly in the database, like what's the percentage of this move actually being played. Like knight captures on e5, and now d6. Okay, so here d6 22,000 games, and knight captures on e4 only 600 games. Yeah, but it has been played. Let me just check. Knight captures on e4 has been played by, okay, Hikaru played it against Magnus and lost. Hikaru played it against MVL and lost. Mamedyarov played it against Sindarov and lost. Okay, so people do play it, but they lose. Yeah, so, okay, definitely something that I will have to check. Okay, but we can also check, since we're already here, how it's played. Knight captures on e5, knight captures on e4, the immediate d3, knight f6, d4. Okay, so just playing the normal stuff. d5. Yeah, apparently there's no real way to take advantage of this. You just play. Okay, so also something to learn. I played queen to e2, which is also possible, and queen to e2 is in fact the top move that everyone plays here. Yeah, so okay, I do remember something. Play queen e7, I played queen captures on e4, d6, I played d4. Okay, this is considered best. Okay, so here d captures on e5 is actually considered best. I played bishop to e3, which is yeah, just allows him equality. Yeah, so that's why. Yeah, why didn't I play d captures on e5? I actually have no idea, because it's I mean, it's a nice move to play. He can still trade queens. Even I probably played it to avoid the immediate queen trade with queen b4 check. So yeah, but it was impossible to avoid it. Yeah, so like I said, 0.01. No, 0.1. Okay, but that's an equal position. I played bishop b5, so no. Yeah, still 0, 0, 0, 0. I mean, this is as dead a position as it can be. So here the engine says you should actually capture on h2. Yeah, and after g3, h5, rook to h1, and just bishop captures on g3. Okay, so the engine wants to sacrifice a piece for 2 pawns. Definitely something to consider. My opponent played knight e5, bishop to e2, knight g4. Okay, so the engine wants to take on d6 sort of right away, but also bishop captures on a7. The move I played is the engine's second recommendation. Knight captures, I played, okay, so again rook captures on d6 right away. I played rook to h1 first because I thought it's the same idea, and after bishop here. Seriously? Oh, yeah, just bishop to e3 here is obviously winning for me, because after bishop, yeah. Okay, come on. Yeah, okay, you can't capture, you have to move to sort of guard the bishop, and then what? Ah, you don't have enough squares to guard the knight. Rook d5, and now you have to move the bishop. Because if you go here, the rook just takes it, and then you take the knight. Okay. Yeah, bishop to e3. I thought this was completely winning as well. He played knight g4, and now just rook captures on d7. Yeah, okay, he resigns. But yeah, very interesting. And in case, you know, if you encounter this instant knight captures on e4, know that it's not a mistake. People do play it. I mean, obviously Hikaru plays it quite a lot. You know, not very successfully, but he does play it. You know, just so you know what's what. So yeah, that's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A bit of a slow one, but you know, we had some interesting discussions about possible tricky checkmates, and you know, we've discussed some pawns that maybe can or cannot be captured. So it wasn't all that dull. But yeah, that's the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Continuing to check up on your wonderful suggestions and whatever else is happening in the chess world. So thank you all. I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day.